All right, I want to show you a sample of what I worked on today. There's just a little bit, let's just say really wild, bright colors. All right, that's all the teaser you're gonna get. You're gonna have to wait and find out. All right, let me see if I can go through all the colors I used, because I think I threw in the kitchen sink too. Okay, so I'm using the mix as a pouring medium, and I've got Amsterdam white as my base. Let's see, I've got Amsterdam Reflex Rose. That's that really pretty fluorescent rose. That is not opened. I didn't throw that in there. Haha. Okay, Golden Primary Cyan. I've got Amsterdam Sky Blue Light. Let's see here. Primary Elements Key Lime. And I believe this is Primary Elements Boysenberry. Yes, it is. And of course I get purple all over me. Let's see. Also Primary Elements Daffodil. Really pretty yellow there. Let's see now. And I've got Golden Magenta. I can never say that one. Don't give me a hard time. And my dark blue that was in here is Golden's Prussian Blue. So, and the gold, of course, is Extreme Sheen, 24 karat gold. So, just a little bit of color in this one. All right, let's get busy. All right, so I'm doing a voiceover here today, mainly because I did these pieces on Artapalooza. So there's a series of 3 of them, and this is the last one that I worked on. So I was using up like all the colors. So you see there, basically, I'm doing Amsterdam white as a base, just to get my colors to flow on top of that. And I've got a dirty pour, so I didn't catch the mixing of, but it was just like one color of each of those. And I usually try to put similar colors together. In other words, like yellows close to the oranges, close to the reds, things that would naturally blend really well together. Now, the interesting part is this green color next to the purple. I don't know. And in the back of your mind, you're like, is this going to mud out? We don't know. But we're just going to have to find out. And I'm just going to do a very slight tilt. You know, a lot of times it's just in the moment when I work on pieces and how it's looking that I make my decisions. Because, you know, there's only so much you can plan ahead of time with this when working with flow mediums. Or fluid art, I should say. There's your plan, and then there's their plan. And I was kind of liking the dramatic diagonal effect with all the lines and such, that I paused and was like, I kind of like this. Let's keep it like this. So I had a little bit more in the cup, and I decided to bring in some contrast to the very outside lines, or the outside edges. And put that in place. So very carefully, I'm going to pour a real thin line here right on the outside edge. This is just sometimes things just for me need to tie things together. And I just wanted a little bit of contrast there. Not a lot. I like paintings also that have tension. And I thought that this would add a little bit of that tension to it. Now I've got a great little tool that I have to admit I've been enjoying using a lot. And it's that world's smallest leaf blower kind of thing. But it kind of acts like a very inexpensive airbrush, if you want to call it. And I decided I was going to pull that into this piece as well, just to kind of change things up a bit. Add a little bit of the Extreme Sheen Gold on the outside edge and a little bit of white just to get it to flow over because I know I'm about to use the blower. Now these little blowers have a plug in them, and I can't. Oh crud! The name of the plug just like slipped my mind all of a sudden. But I have to put it in on my laptop to plug it in. So I've got a certain amount of a length to work with, so it gets really interesting sometimes. But I like the little flaming look of it on the outside edge with all these diagonal lines. Seem to be a nice contrast with something very flowy next to very rigid lines. And literally it is like you're painting with air. So super fun. And because this is a little bit thicker paint, it doesn't flow like it does with Dutch pours. When you start adding air to it, and you'll see colors flow a lot easier when you add the dryer to it. So you really have to push this stuff. And I noticed I was going at a much sharper angle and it was flowing better, and decided to try that on the other side as well. And that kind of helps with the tension a little bit. But I kind of like that. So I've got in the back of the video, I've got both the wet results of this and the dry results. So I was good girl. I had both of them in there. So if you want to check out how this dried, because it's really interesting how it dried, how the colors shifted, because they're super, super bright here, but they're really thin amounts of the bright colors on top of dark colors. So I had a feeling that the transparent nature of the fluid medium and such would change the way the fluorescence looked. So check out the dried results. All right, just touching up the edges because I've got some colors down on the table that I can pull up onto any dry spot, and then go through and clean up the drips that are coming down, because they will, if they continue to drip, they will pull your design down. Doesn't seem to do that with resin. Resin definitely levels out to a point, and then it keeps that tension. Once that desired thickness has been achieved, it will slow down on the drips. But with acrylic paint, it'll just keep on pouring down. So that is one thing to help out if you're losing your design and all that, is to go ahead and swipe off your drips and such. And I was debating here about the top part and thinking that I needed to add a little bit of lightening to it, and decided to work with that as well. It's hard doing voiceovers. It's like, okay, when am I going to do this thing? I know I did this thing. I keep on fiddling with the sides. That's okay. Now I want to reposition this just a little bit. Get the line not so much in the center. I find it does better for compositions to have it not so like, the dot in the middle of the board, or things to be too centered up. Even if it's not a symmetrical design, I think it's far more interesting if it's off center a bit. And by tilting it, some other cells started popping up too, which was kind of interesting.
So I have found out through swiping, and this is just for me, just figuring out things, is sometimes I'll create a puddle, or I'll even dribble it onto the back of the spatula if I want to add some color. And I just wanted to lighten up a little area a bit and create a little puddle of white, Amsterdam white, and a little bit of golden. Just add a little bit of interest there. Not too dramatic, just a little bit of touch. But I think overall, I'm pretty happy with this.
All right, this is almost like a tie-dye of colors here. Bring in for close-up, zoom. So there's some cells starting to grow here. I don't know what this is gonna do, but I'm really happy this area here didn't get muddy. I was expecting it to do that. But I'm really liking how this outside edge is looking. So I like the contrast of both the lines and the flames on the outside. And we got that little shimmer of that extreme gold in there. I just wanted to lighten up this side area a little bit. That's kind of what I was thinking. That's seriously on the pretty side. I don't know. It's a bit on the wild side, but why not? I like it. All right, I want to share the dried results on this guy. And let me turn it to the side because you see all that shimmer there? That's all the gold. And this had a lot of colors in it. Let me zoom in a little bit. Well, actually, there's the whole piece. I'm getting carried away. All right, ready for the zoom in? Here we go. When you zoom in tight, you can see all the colors. There's so many. I love the shimmer in this. So pretty. This area is fun. So which one area is your favorite? Do you like all the detailed lines, or do you like the wispy, fiery results? Let me know. That's cool. There you go. All right, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, but definitely hit the bell to get notified next time I put a video up. And check out the links in the description below. I will have my Etsy store where you can see some art there. Go buy some. And there's also stickers there too. And hopefully I'm going to put some shirts up soon. And also my Amazon store where I get a lot of my art supplies. There, my Amazon affiliates link. I get a tiny bit of commission, but it doesn't change your price at all. Also, Artist Till Death, where I get all my resin colors, including some of the Bling It colors that sometimes I throw in acrylic paint, as well as the glitter. So check that out. There you go.